More than the devil is the foolishness of the 5 foolish virgins. If you ever perceive anyone and you entangle with that person, you're going down straight away. I don't care who you are.
The gospel of life, incorruption, immortality, and sonship with the bondservant of Christ, John Anosike.
But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps, and the foolish said unto the wise, Give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. So they trimmed the lamp and realized that there was no oil, and the light began to go down. Their light began to diminish instead of lighting up and shining out there. They realized that they didn't have capacity to heal. They didn't have capacity to cast out devils. They didn't have the capacity to resist marine spirits. They didn't have the capacity to resist the urges. They didn't have the capacity to resist the sexual urges. It's like they've been carried away by the pressure of the moment. They have no innate capacity to resist the works of the devil. So their oil has gone out. Their connection to spiritual revelation, their connection to light, to revelatory light was gone. So they had no connection with Zion. They had no, deep connection. I mean, sin becomes normal. No godly sorrows, no guilt, nothing. You see that? So their oil had gone out. They've lost the fear for God. They've lost the reverence for God. So they have no revelatory knowledge. They have no fear of God. So that becomes a struggle for most of them to connect with the things of the Spirit, because the oil had gone out. And because the oil has gone out, the light is insufficient. The light that they had was almost out. So they wouldn't in any way succeed to find the ways of the Spirit in order to catch up with the door that had opened for them to have access to the bridegroom. The wisdom of the wise, how they resisted the foolishness from the 5 foolish, they refused to be entangled, by the foolishness of the fools of the end time. Let me tell you this: more dangerous than the devil is the foolishness of the 5 foolish virgins. More devastating than all the marine spirits put together is your entanglement with those who have run out of light. You see, I warn you that this is important. This is the wisdom of the age, the wisdom of the moment. More than the devil is the foolishness of the 5 foolish virgins. If you ever perceive anyone and you entangle with that person, you're going down straight away. I don't care who you are. You see, when you have realized that someone has deviated from the principles of Christ, it doesn't matter how he or she tries to protect it. Whatever he or she says is but a spirit of a serpent talking. The principle is the principle. God's nature is immutable. God cannot change. His word is settled in heaven, and nothing can change his word. So more deadly than a viper is your entanglement with weak believers. More vicious than a rough, wild animal is your lack of discernment of somebody who has lost his or her oil. You see, listen to this. The light on the candle is your access to light, to revelation. To revelation. That's your access to the radiance of Zion. That's a sign that you are alive. That's a sign of his presence on your life. If you don't have oil to sustain your connection with Zion, you will soon be under darkness without knowing it. Imagine, let me tell you, the moment you entangle with foolish virgins, your oil will go down. You see, the pastor began to commit fornication because he entangled himself with a woman. The brother in church began to commit fornication because he entangled himself with a woman in church. Both of them either had no oil or they had little oil in their vessels. One might have sufficient oil, but the other doesn't. And then the influence of the foolish one that had no oil would cause the one that has oil to dry up. You see, this is the wisdom God wants us to learn from the parable of the 10 virgins. We ought to learn to amend our ways as quick as possible, especially watch the ways the devil uses to dry up your oil, and be conscious and diligent to cut ties. That's the only way out.
Special announcement from the Office of the Bondservant of Christ, John Anosike. Please beware of fake accounts on social media, be it Facebook, YouTube, and all others impersonating the man of God, asking for funds from people. Please note, Pastor John does not have any orphanage in Nigeria or in any country, nor does he ask anyone to donate to any orphanage. Also note that the only official page of the man of God, Pastor John Anosike, is the one with over 451,000 followers. Our YouTube channel also has over 155,000 subscribers. Note that the man of God does not chat, send friend requests, nor inbox people on social media, be it Messenger or WhatsApp. Therefore, anyone doing such is false and should be treated as such. This is a notice that you are informed and sensitized to be alert and vigilant. Stay connected and keep subscribing to the teachings of the Bondservant of Christ, John Anosike.
Due to malicious and fraudulent activities, please note that these are the only official 2 accounts of the ministry. For EFT or bank transfer, bank, First National Bank, FNB, account name, New World Faith Ministries, account number 622-67035048, branch, Woodstock, branch code 250655, SWIFT code FIRNZAJJ. Building project banking details. City of Sons. Bank, First National Bank, FNB. Account name, New World Faith Ministries. Account number 623-569-03578. Branch code 250655. Branch, Woodstock. SWIFT code FIRNZAJJ. To give online, kindly visit our website and use the following link: www.spiritrevelationchurch.org/give. Here, you can give via PayFast for those that are in Southern Africa, and PayPal for international donations.
Good news for all those living in West Africa. For your giving and donations, here are the only official and approved banking details. Name: Ikechukwu John Anosike. Account number: 1170020753. Bank: Zenith Bank.
Please note that the following is our official and only PayPal email for the ministry: donations@spiritrevelationchurch.org. Kindly report any suspicious activities to our emergency line, +27 63 423 5895, or email info@spiritrevelationchurch.org.